Welcome to the Box of Inspirations, the place where you get the best for you and your business from successful people and entrepreneurs.
Hi, this is Kirk Bowman from the Art of Value Show and artofvalue.com. Today I want to talk to you about why you ought to stop billing by the hour and consider switching to value pricing. Let's talk about some disadvantages of billing by the hour. First of all, when you bill by the hour, the amount that you decide for your rate is arbitrary. How did you come to that rate? Well, like most other people, you probably started out by looking at somebody who was better than you. You looked at somebody who was less skilled at what you do, and you picked a rate somewhere in the middle. So your rate was only based on a comparison, and it's basically an arbitrary comparison because nobody can say 1 hour is worth more or worth less. What's really valuable is the result to the customer. And that brings me to the second reason why I think you should stop billing by the hour. It focuses on the wrong thing. Hourly billing focuses on inputs, the number of hours. And because it's based on the number of hours, and that's how you come up with the invoice to the customers are going to talk to you in hours. And so all the emphasis is on what is going into create this thing. What really matters, again, is the result to the customer. The only reason customers talk about hours is because we do. And so we got to change the conversation. The third reason you should stop billing by the hour is simply because it's an arbitrary limit on your income. There are only so many hours you can bill in a week or in a month, and you can only raise your rate so high before you're going to start getting pushback from customers. And so those three reasons, hourly billing is an arbitrary amount, it focuses on the wrong thing, inputs instead of outputs, and three, it's an arbitrary limit on your income. For those reasons, you need to consider something else. And by the way, there's other reasons. I'm just giving you three because of our short time together. The alternative that I would put forth is value pricing. Value pricing says what is most important is the value that the customer would receive from the engagement. When you focus on what is the outcome that the customer is focused on, number one, it's going to align your interest with the customer. You're both going to be rowing the boat in the same direction, if you will. You may not realize it, but with hourly pricing, it actually puts you in an adversarial position with your customer. It's in their best interest when you're billing by the hour to have as few hours as possible to get the lowest price. It's in your best interest as the professional to have as many hours as possible because it's going to generate higher revenue. When we switch to value pricing, we're aligning our interests because we're making what's most important to them, what's most important to us. The way that I say that is I don't want to engage with a customer where I can't create high value. And why? Because when you create high value, then you have an opportunity to set a high price. No customer is going to pay a high price for low value, but they will definitely pay a higher price for high value. And so that's why I think value pricing is a great way to switch. Now, how do you switch over? Well, you can't do it immediately. First of all, you need to spend some time studying value pricing to understand what it is. So check out our podcast, check out our blog, search for other websites, learn about value pricing, and then start with one customer and a small customer. Start with a situation where you don't have as much to risk. Value pricing is worth it, and it's going to take some time to switch over. So let me give you an example of how I applied value pricing the first time I ever did it. And I'm not saying that the results that I achieved are going to be the same for you, but you can achieve something similar along the way. We were building a custom medical application, and I priced it the way I normally would have based on time and materials hourly. And then I turned around and priced it based on the value of the customer. And the key value in this particular sense was that the customer was going to be able to save hiring at least one, probably two administrative people the first year because they had a lot of medical records that needed to be entered into the new system. And the new system was going to allow them not only to capture that data faster, but also then be able to search it and report on it. And so we priced based on those savings to the organization. The price we came up with wound up being twice what we would have priced it based on hourly, and the customer gladly signed the proposal because we had demonstrated the value that they were going to receive, and that value was much higher than the price we had quoted. But also, the price we quoted was higher than the price we would have charged based on hourly. So there you go. Stop billing by the hour. Consider pricing based on value. Best of luck to you. Again, it's Kirk Bowman from artofvalue.com.
Thanks for letting me be on Box of Inspirations. Thanks for tuning in on today's episode. Head on over to boxofinspirations.com for full recaps and much more.